Oh yeah, we're live.
Are we there?
Oh yeah, I think we are.
Fabulous.
Hello.
Oh, we are.
Good afternoon, chat. How are we all doing? Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Oh yeah,
Oh,
it is,
hang
isn't
on.
it? Easter.
Mute.
Yeah.
Oops.
There we are. Reno's just given the first Timmeh.
Timmeh!
As you can see, we are joined by our special guest, our wonderful YTS. And we did have to explain what that was. He's too young. That's the problem. Too young.
I love that bit though. We were calling him YTS all the weekend, and then it was later on. What does YTS mean?
Oh, blimey. Right, I suppose I better say hello to everybody in chat because, boy, there seems to be a lot of them.
There certainly is.
And there's some names that I've not seen in ages, which is lovely to see. Noel, bless you.
Hey, no. Always good to see Noel.
Always good to see Noel. So we've got Bill Richards. Good afternoon. Chris Earl. Hello, mate. Derek Grant. How you doing? Emma Douglas. This is a rare chance to catch the live. Gailey.
Huggles.
And thank you for the message this morning, Gailey. I was chuckling all morning. Gav Evans. Ben. Hello. Hephaestus. Jules. Lovely to see you. Huggles. Yes. Little. Matt Chandler. Mick Beavers. Hey up, Mick.
Hey up, Mick.
If you need a taxi in Gainsborough, forget it. They're shut.
You should.
Noel, as we mentioned, Paulden by. Puffin Billy, good to see you, mate. Rachel, Huggles. Reno, good to see you, dude.
Fist bump.
And Mr. Porter is with us.
Good evening, sir.
Bless. And I think that is everybody.
Is
If I
that,
missed you out, I do apologise.
is that everybody?
I think that everybody.
Is that everybody? Hello, everybody.
How much sugar did you have? Oh, bless. Apparently, Mick says he's very socially distanced. Steve has an echo.
Does it? Is it bad?
Probably because I was leaning into the mic.
No, it might be me. I'll knock my volume down because I ain't got my headphones on.
Mr. Porter saluted back. The Colonel.
The Colonel. It's all right. My headphones are playing up, so because normally we don't have a. Just drag that down a little bit more. There you go. That's out of the way. Sorry, I'm just moving my mic. So we should be all right now.
It could just be the room because the room's very bare anyway. So
Because see, for the last two shows we haven't had no echo, so.
let me just adjust my. Let me find my mouse first.
Are we still getting an echo, chat? Hopefully not.
Check a double.
Are you getting an echo at all, Timmeh?
No.
You're not going to say I can't hear an echo.
Right. How's that, kiddies? Gone now.
It's gone now.
Good
Not
stuff.
hearing it. Well, we should be all right then.
No, that's all good.
Oh, good. Well, I've just knocked my volume down a little bit, so.
Rachel's just said she's still being lazy for the two of us.
I'm being totally lazy today. Can't you tell with air?
For those that didn't see my post this morning, I had a bit of a...
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I'd stripped the bed, changed the bedding, got a load of washing on, done all my ironing. And Rachel turned around and said, can't be bothered to get out of bed. I feel it's my civic duty now to be lazy enough for both of us. Chris Doyle, how you doing?
Fist
Graham,
bump, buddy.
good to see you, dude. Right, I think we're caught up. Yes. Mick says he's at least a mile away from his nearest customer, so good lad.
Well, it's top secret.
Look at the face. That's all I'm going to say.
Look at the face.
Jackson 5. Yeah?
Well, if you can't grow it on your head, you know, you might as well grow it somewhere else.
Well, it hides the disco balls, doesn't it, Timmy? So. Oh, bless you. And that was, for those that don't know the story, that was the first question that Gailey ever asked Timmy on the live we did from the Esco, the Expo, sorry. What a day that was.
Oh, that were ace, that.
What a day.
Fun.
You won't get away with that, and you know it.
Got to put a message out. Reno's just put, our street managed to raise a massive £15,000 for the NHS. Absolutely amazing. Good job to the NHS. Well deserved.
That's fantastic.
Well done.
That's awesome.
Bunny!
Bunny!
Huggles!
Huggles!
Can't wait till we can do Huggles properly.
I can't. I've missed my Huggles so far. I've
know,
normally
tell
had
me
my
about it.
Bunny fix and Gale fix by now. And I haven't. It's just not good.
Gonna need to double. In fact, I think we should just go on a hug frenzy around Expo just to see how people react. Let's find a big sort of hairy 6'5" biker and just run up and hug them and see what happens.
You can go first.
Dude,
Ooh,
not
Gale.
a problem. Well, I'm jealous. That's not right. No. Right, I'm going to find a bigger
Right,
biker.
thanks ever so much for watching, guys. I'm finished. I'm done.
Chat's bugged on screen. How bizarre.
Chat is...
You on live, Reno? You on live chat, dude? I love the way Gailey's always my bitch. Mick says I'm 6'3" and I'll just hug you back. Mick, I can live with that.
Yeah, definitely.
The isolation's killing it. Killing Rachel. I've actually done all the jobs around the house I kept putting off. The family is start to expect more from me. Oh, bless. Gailey says, Steve, don't be jealous. There's plenty of me to go round. Oh, we are in live chat, but chat on your screen isn't scrolling up.
Ah, it isn't, is it? Ah, see, that one's froze.
Bunny, thank
Okay.
you.
What I will do while you two talk amongst yourself...
So, while he's fixing that, Timmy, can we have a bit of your story on how you started vaping, dude?
Well, I was a roll-up smoker for years. You know, it's like in the kitchen, any excuse for a break. And I just got fed up of waking up, coughing so much that it gave me a migraine.
Yeah.
I tried the batches, tried them vial tablets. I can't use any spraying, I think, because I get a reaction.
Right.
So I went to the doctor, and the doctor showed me his vape pen. It was like a plush one. That's it. Straight online. Bought one. I bought an Odyssey pipe to start with. Didn't realise it was a mech. I didn't know any difference. I learned thrown in the deep end, and I never looked back. I was vaping for about a year or so before I even realised there was like a vaping community or expos or anything, and then everything just exploded. Shiny Lightus then took over.
Excellent. Reno says all good, Mark.
Yeah, just reset it.
I mean,
For some reason, it froze on OBS.
oh, right. Now, this is the thing a lot of people may not know about you. At one time, you were a chef, weren't you, mate?
Yeah.
And not just a
school
chef,
till probably 8 years ago.
but not just a chef, were you? Come on,
Was
blow
the
your own
chef.
trumpet.
I was a head chef from about 1920,
1920.
19 to 20 years old, not the
Say
year.
1920.
Yeah, God, he's weathered well.
You're looking good, dude.
Somebody's comfied the bugger and we didn't realise.
It's my beauty regime. We had, in the mailbox in Birmingham, I started off at a place called Santa Fe. I got under a really good head chef who taught me everything from straight out of college. And then he just decided I'd got a presence in the kitchen to start me on management, and he never looked back. I think I worked every restaurant in the mailbox, for any place. Yeah, it was crazy. That was back when it was good and not crap like now.
No such thing as microwaves.
No, there was no microwave technicians.
I mean, this is the thing. Timmeh and I, from the sounds of it, had very similar training where you went in and you did every job. Yeah. You didn't move on from that job until you were perfect at that job. Yeah.
No.
So if you were barreling spuds, you barreled those until you minimal waste and your spuds were perfectly shaped.
Till your thumbs bleed.
Oh God, yeah. I still remember the day we had this commie chef in the hotel where I worked, and he was using the meat cutter, because obviously when you're doing large amounts of food for weddings and things, you're not using a carving knife, yeah. And all the beef was always cooked just rare, yeah. So when you reheated, you came out with a perfect medium rare. So he's using the meat slicer, but he wasn't using the hand guard. And you can see where I'm going with this, kiddies, because he got to the end of the roast and then decided to take a wafer thin slice of palm with it.
Ooh.
So, commie chefs, having been one and then worked my way up, the commie chef is probably the yes boss, yeah? Because that's all you want to hear from your commie chef. Yes, boss.
Is it true, but not being a chef or anything like that, that a lot of the words that you have to know is French? So, like peeling potatoes, there's a name for it. You don't actually say, go and peel them potatoes. It's an actual French word or something.
We didn't. We just spoke English.
I worked in one place where all the main service orders were given in French. And that was it. Everything else was English. So,
yeah, I was talking to a guy at the vape shop, and he's a chef, and he was complaining about this new lad. And this new lad knew none of the French words for preparing food, even though he was a reasonably good chef. He just didn't know the words, and he found it annoying.
I suppose you use some French words without even realising you are from training. Or like mise en place, or
What? Sorry,
you don't even realise.
So washing vegetables, what's that called? Just washing vegetables, or is there a
washing veg?
Scrub them veg.
Scrub that veg, lad.
But you nappe sauce over the top. Yeah, which means you get the spoon and you carefully place it over the food rather than pouring it. Yeah.
That's what?
Nappe.
Nappe. I've got a citron now. I've got to learn how to speak French now.
Well, you mirepoix. Yeah. That's your basis for most sauces, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. I'm thick as shit when it comes to this lot.
No, it's just finely cut veg. Yeah, but it's normally carrot, onion.
Go and peel las spuds.
Thank you, Stevie.
In your general direction.
Topping and tailing carrots, got to be the worst job ever. I hate that. Especially when you've got sackfuls. Because our gaffer used to make you use hand peeler. We didn't use the rumbler ever for vegetables. Rumbler is basically, think of a concrete mixer with a sheet of sandpaper inside, and literally you can just pour your spuds in.
Yeah, it just rotates
and it
around.
will wear away. We used them at the pubs where I was head chef, but we didn't use them in the restaurants because the restaurants were either barreled or they were hand peeled. I mean, were you the same, Tim, or did you buy pre-prepped?
We didn't have a rumbler. It was always do yourself.
Pain in the arse job, isn't it?
You got like a 20-kilo bag.
Just give me 1 second, guys. There's a lad just decided to start drilling. 1 second, I'll shut the window.
No worries. But I think out the kitchen, my 3 worst jobs were grease trap.
Oh no, yeah.
The grease trap is rank. If you imagine it, the grease trap sort of runs from your sink. Then you've got the grease trap where it sort of all congeals and everything. And then the slightly cleaner water, less the fat, comes out of the kitchen. So somebody would have to do that at least once a month, clean the grease trap. Normally ended up me. The other job that was always foul was the dishwasher. And we're not talking like a little domestic dishwasher. These are the huge square ones that'll take something like 120 plates at a time. You've got separate sort of metal boxes for cutlery and things. And then at the bottom, there's liftable covers. And all the crap that had fallen off the plates and things, if it didn't go down the drain, just used to build.
Yeah, it wasn't nice.
So you had to scrub that. Well, Ben says he doesn't make a roux, he just mixes butter and flour. Oh, what's the term for that, Tim? You know, where you mix your butter and flour together rather than making the proper roux? Oh, man. The dishwasher was no bother. The grease trap was my living nightmare. And the last one, I would say, out of all the really lousy jobs, was cleaning the changing rooms that the chefs had been in.
Yeah.
Why is this?
Because most of the chefs had probably been out on the piss about an hour before turning up for breakfast. And your job, if you got to clean the changing rooms, they had to sparkle. Not only the locker area, but the toilets. And you can imagine, it wasn't pleasant.
I started off as the grill chef, and they used to make me clean the canopy every night with the grill still hot. That was always an experience. The part your shoes start melting.
You have the extractor plates that used to come down, the big square ones with the wire wool in.
Yeah, you should just pop them off and they come down. Yeah.
Oh.
I can't remember what the machine was called. It was like a degreaser or decarbonizer.
Yeah.
Used to put the grills in overnight. I had a massive accident with one of them. Somebody didn't turn it on, so there's me running around trying to close down last thing at night, and I'm dropping these 8 massive grill bars in, and it starts to boil over, and it's splashing all over my chest and my neck. I had chemical burns, really bad. I'm in some medical book somewhere. I've never been able to find it. Went to the hospital and they took photos for the medical journals.
Blimey, you're famous.
It's all gone now.
As well.
Luckily, it's all gone. I got a little mark on my neck, and that's about it.
I think the worst injury I ever got, and I've still got the scar. I was bringing 2 joints of lamb out of the oven, and somebody had spilled something on the floor and not cleaned it, and I slipped, and the tray with the fat ran down my chef's trousers and into my boot. So the top of my foot was literally just covered in red hot fat. Ooh. So I was off work for about 3 weeks. But never lost any digits, never lost any chunks of flesh. So my knife skills are always better than my carrying.
That's just one career I have never thought of being interested to getting into is food preparation. No. It
can be fun. Well, it used to be.
It did. The camaraderie on a good team in the kitchen was amazing. I would say it's not far off armed forces level. Because when the shit hits the fan in the kitchen, it hits the fan, doesn't it, Tim? And you are expected to pull everybody out. Yeah. So if you've got service going out, outside it has to appear seamless. Inside the kitchen,
And
it
with
can be
Kentucky
like a
here,
war zone.
food consumption is much better than prep.
And there was other perks. Well, when I trained, we used to get beer money. So because we were working in the hotel, well, sweat money it was. So you were supposed to get a bonus on your pay. But you had a choice. You either took the cash or you took the beer. So we used to take the beer. So for every hour we worked over 12, yeah, we used to get 2 pints each per hour. So if we were doing an 18-hour shift, you know, we'd got a fridge full of beer by the end of it, at which point the waitresses become your friend, the waiters become your friend, and you become very, very pissed. So
I think half my career was pissed, to be fair.
same here. Weddings. Oh, by the time you got to midnight on the wedding, there's some of the stuff you used to see going off was so funny. We've watched a bride literally throwing her groom out of the room with all his kit because she found out that he'd been diddling her sister. We then saw same bride get off with the best man. We've had so much fun. Oh, man.
It's a fun career, but it does wear on you after a while. I think. It kind of beats you down the stress.
Stuart?
Oh, it does.
Especially if you're on the pass and you've got 300 odd tickets, trying to make sense of it.
Yeah. And then
It's part of the fun as well. It does get stressful.
I think the worst bit is when your board gets full and some idiot puts the ticket out of sync.
Yeah.
And you're trying to work out where the hell you were. You know? Then you get the difficult customer.
I think most of us from the vaping groups are from that age where the chef was the boss. You know,
yeah.
there was no coming in talking to you like crap like they do now. That's what I can't do it now. There's no way I can have some student coming trying to tell me how to cook something. In fact, that's the only ever job I got fired from.
Has
The reason
the
was I was
actual
too
industry
chefy.
changed that much then?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's completely
big
different.
time.
Chefs are the crap on your shoe now. They're not respected like they used to be.
Really? Wow.
Unless you're a so-called celebrity chef.
No.
Yeah. But it used to be, especially at one of the pubs where I worked, part of my job, once service had dropped down a bit, was to actually go out and talk to the customer. You know, you went to each table just to make, you didn't get the waitress come up and go, oh, is everything all right? You know, I came out full whites and I'd always got a presentation set of whites ready. Full whites, came out, spoke to everybody, got to know my customers. You know, and I always found that a really good part of the job.
Was your sleeves rolled up and, is your meal all right? Fine, thank you. Yeah.
You could always tell where your problems were. Because the more, you know, when you've got a waitress, people tend to just, no, it was crap. No feedback. If the chef goes out, they're more likely to talk to you.
Yeah.
And it works. You know, I ended up tweaking a couple of signature dishes off stuff, but excuse me, chef, my portion was far too small. Gailey, you got to deal with what God gave you. That's the other thing about chefs. Chefs used to be rock and roll. We didn't go around pressing buttons. You know, you cooked it. There was fire, there was flame, there was beer, and there was some almighty partying.
Ian, I missed that part.
I didn't. Jesus Christ. Oh, I do miss the partying. I used to work up in Redcar. So if it had been the end of a particularly long shift and the night racing was on, we used to go and join up with the guys coming out of the race track in some of the local clubs, and that was such a giggle. Treat the people who handle your food with respect. You can't see into the kitchen. Bill, you ain't kidding, son.
Definitely.
And I'm not telling that story on air.
We couldn't do anything like that. I was always in predominantly open kitchens. So you had to be on your best behaviour.
No, nearly all my kitchens were closed. It was great. They needed to be soundproof though, because my swearing was epic.
I was still sure.
Birdie bird, birdie bird,
I had a woman come up to the pass once. Middle of a Saturday evening. It was absolutely crazy. Where's my dessert? I just leant over the camera. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? And the manager comes running over like to pull her away.
Oh man, I mean, I think the sector you worked in and the sector I worked in were very different.
Yeah,
because I mean,
hotels are a different ballgame.
Oh, hotels are crazy. Especially if you've got like coach trips and things.
Yeah, because
your budget is so restricted. And you can walk in after your delivery knowing that you've got a week's worth of coach trippers to feed. And you're like, what the bloody hell have you given me here? You know, it's like £4 a mince. What the hell am I supposed to do with this? Well, I don't know, but it better look good and taste even better. You know, I mean, you're knocking soup up from ham hocks and dried peas and that, you know. No pre-bought because there wasn't enough room in the budget. So it made things interesting. Yeah. You're looking a little subdued.
Me? I'm listening to you lot. I know nothing about cooking.
I think when I worked in restaurants and pubs, it was much easier. There was less constraint on the budget as long as you'd done your menu properly. If you worked the right percentages in. And I learned a lot more skills in the restaurant trade, such as butchering and things like that, than I ever did in the hotel.
Hello, Mrs. SoulOhm.
It's not 3 o'clock already.
I know. I can hear her.
It's amazing what you can make soup out of. You're not kidding, Bunny. You are not kidding. We made a seafood consomme, and it was literally the heads and the shells of prawns, crab shell, all the stuff that we were going to bin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you literally made this fish stock out of it. No, I'll tell you what, mate. It was actually really, really nice.
It's nice fish. Fish. You've just said fish.
Well, we had some pollock that needed.
Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you had some pollock.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, absolutely fine, mate. I hope you're good. We had pollock that needed using up, but you couldn't just sort of make a pollock soup. So we sort of made this crustacean stock, as it were. And then we added a load of creme fraiche to it and a bit of shallot and all the rest of it. And it was really, really nice.
Mm.
Yeah,
Don't
sort
like
of
fish.
bouillabaisse style. Yeah.
Fish, no. No, sorry.
So, Timmy, what was your favourite stuff to cook?
I really like New Mexican food because it was where I trained first, so it's kind of a soft spot. Classic Italian. I really enjoy old-fashioned English, but trying to make it posh. We worked at a place called Penny Black's, and that was their ethos. It was classic old English food, but brought to today's standards. You weren't allowed to use any French words on the menu, so that was a challenge. I like things that are a bit of a challenge. I get bored really easy.
So it was like spotted dick and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
Proper
much.
food.
The things like I made a massive vat of our own marmalade for breakfasts. Put it in a jar, 10 quid.
Really? Oh, I bet that were ace, that.
We had the ham hocks, not ham hocks, the whole pig on a spit for an event going on outside. We just pack a bit off in some
I
nice
love
bread.
hog roast.
I like a hog roast. Now you're talking.
The pub, the last pub place I worked, that I'd consider a proper restaurant. I mean, if we got beef or lamb in, like the beef was half carcass and the lamb was a full. And then you butchered it yourselves, so we got Barnsley chops off it. We'd got the neck for making scouse. And you'd be amazed how many people would eat scouse. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Used to put it on the OAP special menu. So this scouse was literally probably bubbling away for a couple of days because I put it into the stock pot, which you can't have anymore because of health and safety. Yeah. And it's got swede in, it's got carrots, it's got potato, it's got offcuts of lamb, it's got the neck of lamb in here. Yeah. And then you serve that up with a couple of crusty baps to a pensioner for like, I think we were doing it £2 a bowl. But this was a big bowl and it was a proper hearty stew, you know.
And you're not allowed to do that
prepping the
anymore.
rabbits.
And you're not allowed to do that.
You're not allowed to do stock pots anymore.
Why is that?
Health and safety.
Because you leave them on overnight on low heat and there's nobody there really to watch it.
All your roasted bones.
So it's not the actual, it's more the health and safety of having something left on.
I mean, these pots are massive, you could sit in them. They're giant.
You know when they showed the beef stock in the restaurants and it's like jelly? That's where it's come from. Literally, all the bones are roasted off.
Yeah.
Your waste veg goes in there and it's boiled for days on end and then it's strained and decanted out.
So how do they do it now then?
I think most of it's just massive pans on the stovetop, isn't it?
Yeah, it must be.
Because, I mean, you used to have a special gas fitting for the stock pot.
Yeah.
It literally stood on the floor in most of the places where I worked. Yeah, so asked PFG about his special sauce. No, let's not. Kaylee says, for the love of God, I'm starving now. Put cheese on it, mac and cheese, hog roast. Now you're talking. Oh, mac and cheese.
Hey, you can't
Now,
beat
Timmeh.
mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. Are you a purist or are you with bacon?
With bacon.
Good man.
Bacon on everything.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, mac and cheese with a bit of smoked streaky bacon, just cut into very thin slices. Yeah. And I just normally sprinkle them on top when I'm grilling the cheese. And all the smoky fat sort of runs through your mac and cheese.
It's such a simple base, you might as well play around and put some new things in there.
Here we go. Getting rid of the stock pot or the Indian restaurant staff pot is a travesty. It's all done on the day now, not allowed to pre-prepare. Oh, you've got to have bacon. Bacon is life. The only mac and cheese I remember is the Kraft Quick Mix boxes imported. Oh, they were horrible. It was macaroni, but it was just like powdered cheese sauce that you just added milk to.
Sounds lovely.
Oh, it was fab.
See, that mac and cheese is so easy to make.
It is, but there's so many variations on mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah, of course there is. Everyone's got their own little, je ne sais quoi.
Oh, too right. I always like a bit of banana shallot in mine because it's not as strong as onion, but you just get that little hint of onion.
I just go crazy. Chorizo, halloumi, everything, all sorts goes into it. And if you bake off some croutons, mix that through, it gives you a nice crunch.
Oh, I'm nicking that. I'm definitely nicking that. But fish, I always used to love doing sea bass fillets, but do it with the chorizo, because you used to get all the paprika impregnated oil, and it just soaked into the fish. And it,
oh, you're at it with fish again. Stop it. Well, you've got a thing for blooming fish, you.
I like my fish.
I don't. I'm just making this clear. I don't like fish.
To be fair. I like cooking it more than eating it, because again, it's a challenge to make it, so I like it. But no,
I mean, Steve, you were doing really well. You were talking about mac and cheese with bacon. You mentioned hog roast. You were doing brilliant, but no, you have to drag it back down and start talking about fish.
I think so. Is there one instance in particular in the kitchens that you can think really challenged you as a chef?
No, not really.
Yeah,
you just get used to it. Autopilot. Once you've learn everything, once you can manage the tickets.
Okay, I've got to ask you a question then. What was your worst dish? What dish didn't you like doing? It's so like, right, we're going to have this one. It's so like, oh, God,
anything pastry, baking, puddings. I haven't got the patience for it. So,
what about you, Steve?
Formally presented whole steamed salmons. I used to fucking hate doing them. You had to steam the salmon so it looked like it was swimming. Yeah. Then you took the skin off, leaving the head. So from behind the gills, you would skin it without damaging the actual body of the fish. Dress it then with the cucumber. Yeah. That was the easy bit. Then you had to get the salver ready that you were presenting it on. And the guy I was working for at the time used to like you to do aspic. Yeah. But the idea being that you did this aspic and you coloured it so it looked like water. And then you had to try and get, it was such a pain in the arse. You would literally paint using food dyes and things and try and make it so that it looked like it was leaping out the water. It used to take hours and I was never happy with the result.
No. And then you would want to eat it?
You what, mate?
And then you were supposed to eat it?
Yeah. It was the centerpiece for whenever we did corporate buffets and things. So it had to look fantastic, you know. And then you used to dress the edge of the salver with a load of
couldn't you have just had a nice sculpture instead, you know, of a swan or something? It's been a lot easier.
Me with the chainsaw? No. Did I leave the flying hook in its gob? No, I didn't, mate. What we did used to do was put toothpicks into the mouth so that it looked like it was leaping after a fly. So when you cooked it, the mouth was open.
Oh, that's just gross. Nah, sorry.
That sounds. It was actually, as long as you didn't overcook it, it was cooking it whole. You got the most flavour because the bone, it was still on the bone. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it sounded more like taxidermy than actually food.
Oh, my mate's in as well. My old chef buddy, J Daniel. We
Awesome.
used to work together.
Doing a centrepiece is a right pain in the arse. Jay, you ain't kidding, son. Oh, what's the French cake? Yeah, the massive one. They normally only do it. You build it on a.
Where you glue the profiteroles together.
Yeah. Doing the.
You can do the bead, isn't it?
Bouche.
Something like that.
No, it's not Grand Bouche. Can't imagine BFG is the centrefold. Bill, you wait, son. Oh, what's it? I'm going to have to look now.
Croque en bouche.
Croque en bouche, that's it.
So.
it's bad enough hand making the bloody profiteroles, but to then make the caramel that you glue everything together and then spun sugar that goes over it. Oh man. Yes, I do. In fact, I do all my cooking now. I've now got an image in my brain I didn't need. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, Gailey, everybody needs that image. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I like Stevie's Le Big Fucking Gatto. Oh, man. I mean, I used to love doing old-fashioned English puds. You know, suet puds.
Mm.
We used to do one which was a suet. It was a suet pudding, but you had the lemon in the middle of it.
Mm.
Oh, that was proper tasty, that was.
See, I'm really back to basics. I say my speciality is me pie. I'm good at making pies. Because my pastry is more like almost like a suet pastry.
I do love a pie with a suet crust.
Mm.
There you go. Jay says he hates doing pastries. I'm a mains and starters guy. Bunny.
Like talking about grease traps, when me and Joe were bored and probably drunk, we had a fight with the grease trap between us.
No.
I think he slapped me with a ciabatta or something. So I went and got a handful from the grease trap, went down in front of his chef whites. That's what we used to get up to. So we were bad.
I was lucky. My gaffer didn't have, the old, the standard blue and white check trousers that you used to get with your
the big check, the clown pants.
Well, no, I used to be able to get away with Harlequins.
Mm.
There was a place in Rotherham that used to sell them, and the gaffer didn't mind me wearing them. In fact, he was quite chuffed with it because I used to have black and white checks, Harlequins, and the only time I ever wore me blue and whites was if we were doing a buffet or something, where they wanted it to look more like the traditional uniform.
Right, I've got a question for you two. Right. Because I know naught about it, you can answer this question. Why are chefs' hats so big?
Where do you think the brandy comes from?
Just out of curiosity, where does the hat come from?
Originally, it's a status symbol. The bigger your hat, the higher you are. So the economy chefs have got skull caps, and the head chef one that got a big, tall, stupid hat.
Really?
Plus, you could always spot them in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd put that one in. Also, why checks? Why checks?
It's a uniform.
Yeah, I know, but why?
Most of them, I mean, mine were Teflon coated, especially after the fat accident, so that if anything spills on them that's red hot, it just runs off. Same with the chef whites, the jackets. A lot of them have got rubber buttons or pop press studs. The reason being, anything happens, you can rip that off, and it's off in seconds.
Yeah.
If you're wearing a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, you're in stuck.
I always just wondered why the actual checks, or like you were saying, the Harlequins. I've seen people wearing totally, multicoloured Harlequin trousers and that lot. I just wondered what was the reason behind it.
A lot of it's because you get bored. You're wearing the same thing. You're wearing the same thing for hours on end. You want to look all right. But the other thing I found with the Harlequins, if you always end up getting messy. Yeah, the Harlequins, people didn't seem to notice it as much.
Right.
Yeah. But when I went out to meet and greet, I always had a set of black baggies and a pristine white jacket to go out in. So I just used to nip into the changing room and get changed into my good stuff. That was another reason for doing it at the end of service, because I knew I wasn't going to have to go back in and mess it up again. Yeah. Checks don't show up dirt as much either. Very true, Bill. Very true. It's actually the shape of the heads. That's a bit harsh, Rev. Oh, there he goes in checks. Stuart says they're all big-headed gits. And Jay says only in high-end places. Yeah, I must admit, I never wore a hat whilst I was head chef in the pubs or the smaller restaurants.
Mm.
No, not if I could get away with it, I wouldn't wear one.
No. Skull cap at worst. Or a bandana. Bandana was always good.
That place I worked at, Penny Blacks, me and Jay worked there. And I don't know why, but they decided to get us Pillsbury Doughboy hats. You know, the big. And they were insistent on us wearing them. So one of the days, Jay went and tied a plastic bag to the bottom of a truck with the hats in. So they went away and they never came back.
those the proper chefs,
stupid
tall hats, they're just getting the bloody way.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of, when you're in the kitchen, everything's about speed. Yeah.
Yep.
And you also tend to find that space is restricted. No matter how big your kitchen, there's never enough space, is there, Tim?
No.
And if you're working an open grill underneath extractor fans, the last thing you need is something on your head that's sticking up another sort of 5-6 inches, and constantly that you're having to rearrange because it's knocking every time you lean forward over the grill. Yeah.
Another daft question. Did you have sort of like your own special knives and things like that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Still got them.
Yep. You have your knife roll. You're more likely to get away with it if you're found with fingering with your hand on the chef's girlfriend than you are his knives. Knives are sacred. You do not piss about with somebody else's knives. No, seriously.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question.
What you find is, yeah, some people use sharpeners, some people use steels, etc. But one person will never sharpen a knife the same way. Yeah. My knives, I always sharpen my knives with a whetstone and then steel them to an edge. But because of muscle memory and all the rest of it, everybody does it different. So if somebody starts sharpening one of your knives, they're probably going to take the edge off it. You know what I mean? And a sharp knife's a safe knife. I mean, what about you, Timmy?
Don't get slapped. Don't touch my knives.
I mean, did you always have one knife that you always seem to use for everything?
Yeah, probably.
Because I had a big reinforced spine Chinese cleaver, and I could do virtually any job in the kitchen with that cleaver. It was brilliant.
I do like the Chinese knives.
They're awesome. The balance.
Ali brought us back one from Japan. It's amazing. It's my new knife. I use it for everything.
It's weird because when you start talking knives in the kitchen, phrases like balance come into it, and then you've got sand weighted handles, you've got solid weighted handles, you've got people sort of balancing them flat on one finger. Like whenever I was buying knives, that was one I used to do. You know, the balance, you put it sort of flat on your finger, just see where it's rocking. Yeah, it makes such a difference though, mate. I mean, because speed's key, you know. You look like we're boring you to tears, mate.
Not at all. I am fascinated by your cooking.
Get a bunch of chefs together.
I'm asking the questions.
A bunch of chefs together is normally very loud and very boozy. Oh, Bunny says, I don't let anyone near my knives. They're so sharp they'll cut you to the bone. You probably wouldn't mess about with his girlfriend either. You could get filleted. True. Jay says he's left-handed and he sharpens differently. Since everyone at home, if you touch the girlfriend, you'll probably feel the knife as well. Very true. Mind, it's amazing how many commie chefs you find out eventually that have actually bedded the chef's partner.
Really?
Yeah. Well, like Timmy said, there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of drinking and all the rest of it. And unfortunately, partners tend to get what's the word? Forgotten.
Neglected.
Yeah. And it's amazing how many of one of the kitchen crew spots that the neglection is ripe. But it's how it goes. Yeah, I mean, Christ, working in a hotel, if you've not slept with half the people who are actually on site, there's something wrong. It just happens. There's normally alcohol involved, and everybody's quite embarrassed the following morning, but it happens.
Timmy's keeping quiet there. Have you noticed?
I'm not saying anything incriminating.
I know nothing. I know nothing of what you speak of, Mr. BFG.
We're all very good.
I'm in love with Jay's knife set.
They aren't. This is a knife set, not a nice knife set.
I should think so. That's like the Daimler of knives. Yeah, the FA Porsche. My knives are blunt now since Zan used my steel to fix the Subaru. Ow.
Eat it.
Most chefs run on drink and cocaine than weed all night. It's just the norm in the trade. It's a joke. That's very true. Yep. It wasn't coke when I was doing the chefs, the kitchen, so it was speed. That's why chefs are pretty good dancers. I'll not say anything about Tim, honest.
Yeah, you shut up.
Timmeh, you're setting yourself up for a bitch's grilling here. No, mate, I've not got onto morning drinking yet. If you make it a rule never to get romantically involved with anyone I work with because it causes too many issues if it goes south, it does. I've seen kitchen crews split apart by it, and there were good crews as well. Yeah. However, the waitresses are always
the waitresses are fair game.
So what's the worst place you two have worked in then? You must have worked in some dives. Come on, you must be able to tell me some horror stories, please.
Not without incriminating.
Oh, obviously not incriminating the actual name.
Pubs were normally the worst for me because you'd walk in and everything was filthy.
Yeah.
It's thick grease everywhere and rat problems. And
I did a calf attached to. It was like a transport calf. It wasn't long after I'd started training, and it was just a bit of extra cash.
Oh, look, here's Jasper.
Jasper!
Hey!
That's it. The dog's stolen the show now.
His TV's closed. He's not happy.
And that was just no. I lasted about a week, I think. I just couldn't. It was just filthy. Don't get me wrong. It was hygienic enough to eat, yeah. But kitchen-wise, it was like Timmeh said. There was grease everywhere. The traps hadn't been done in months, and it was just wrong. Yeah. I think
I worked in one place when I was absolutely desperate for work. It was a farm restaurant. So I thought, fresh food, it should be all right. He employed me over the Christmas period rather than employing 3 commie chefs. He just employed me to do all the prep. Middle of service, he's like, "Oh, Tim, I need some mashed potato." So I get out the potatoes and I start peeling them. He's like, "What are you doing?" "Mashed potato?" "No, there's some smash in the cupboard." I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Nope. Jesus.
Smash.
Oh, that's not
For a Sunday carvery that was. I was shocked.
No, if I ever saw anything like smash, I was straight out the door.
When it comes to the 2 weeks over the Christmas period, for when I was going to go, he wanted to keep me on, and he was going to sack some of the commies. And I'm like, I can't work. I couldn't stay here. There's no way.
Jay's just he walked into a place, it was so bad and dirty rats and all, he just walked out. Honestly, some people have no idea. Yeah, what's your cleaning roster? What do you mean? Well, yeah, when do you deep clean? When do you do your walk-ins? When do you steam? Oh, we don't do that. We just wipe down after service. No! You know, charcoal grills and that. You've got to give them some love and care. Got to do it.
Jay just turned around and said, I seen a chef play kitchen football with a steak, then put it on a plate, so I sacked him there and then.
And it wasn't me.
My personal favourite was locking one of my commies into the freezer for 20 minutes after he burned my apple pies. I went out for a fag and said, right, 20 minutes, take him out the oven. He ruined a lot. Yeah?
Jeeps.
So I left it a couple of days and then, called him out to the freezer. Do us a favour, just get some prawns from the back. So we went in, door got locked. Chain went on, came back 20 minutes. I went, now that's 20 minutes. You ever burn my effing pies again and I will have your balls.
We had a commie chef chopping flowers to make flour. That was always a fun one. He was there. He was chopping board out all this, chopping away at these flowers.
Jesus Christ!
We send him next door for the mashed potato pump.
Mashed potato pump.
I don't know. I always used to get the commie chefs doing the wine reductions because I hated doing it. You know, when you're reducing down your red wine, so you've got your sauce base. I used to hate doing that. You just literally stood there watching it, making sure it's not catching. Pain in the arse. But once you know how to do it, you've got a skill. Yeah. Right is good in ranch dressing. Nice. Gailey says, stop it. I can't cope. OCD in overdrive. Trouble now is Chef Mike everywhere. Did you notice your hands can handle hot pans much easier when you do it on a regular basis? Oh, yes. You gain asbestos fingers. I used to be able to turn steaks over in the pan using my hands.
Yeah, they're not promoting being a chef to me so far. Sorry.
No, if you love what you do,
oh yeah,
and your idea is perfection on everything you do, being a chef's for you. If you're looking for long holidays, easy, stress-free life, don't go in the kitchens.
Hello. I've heard you come up and down.
Yeah, that was painful. Balsamic sauce. Oh, I used to stink. Go and smell that.
Sorted your hangover out.
Yeah. We didn't have much time for hangovers. We usually just stayed drunk.
Pretty much. Oh, jalapeno ketchup. Jesus. We used to do
it was hot.
Chefs made the best thieves.
No fingerprints.
I never saw that.
And they will pretty much nick anything that's not nailed down.
Bill says hi.
We used to do a onion marmalade to go on top of the burgers, and that was painful.
Oh, onion, that is nice though.
Oh, the onion marmalade, if you get it right, it's superb.
Yeah.
But we used to get the supplier to do a ground steak, and then you sort of hand form the patties and that, and it was superb.
That's right. But the bunny said the money is crap. It's not as good as people would think it is.
To be honest, you could probably get more working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Really, that bad?
Oh yeah. I mean, McDonald's manager, you pull in what, 24, 25 grand? and more, dependent on the size of the,
Above the clouds, fist bump.
dependent on how big your site is.
Hmm.
If you're a top restaurant chef, yeah, you're probably pulling decent money on a similar level, but I wouldn't have thought you were pulling that much. Pub chef, not that much more than basic wage.
Hmm.
10 an hour, Timmy, you reckon now?
Probably, if that.
I remember my sister, she used to work at Charnwoods, and they used to do weird shifts. She used to do like continental shifts, so she'd go in the morning for so many hours, then go home, then come back and eat. Oh, I thought, nah, blooming out, no, I wouldn't want to do that.
No, I worked at Charnwood, and yeah, they're not much fun.
No, I wouldn't fancy doing that. Having to go home as well.
Split shifts aren't fun.
Yeah.
Because you get relaxed, and then you've got to work up again for the night shift. I'd rather work straight through.
Yeah.
Ditto. Now, Jules has just said chefs are well paid in Switzerland. My eldest is a trained chef in chocolatier.
Oh, a chocolatier.
That's a skill I'd love.
Now you're talking.
But, working with chocolate, that's a skill in itself.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Pastry chef. I have huge respect for pastry chefs. Yeah. Anybody that can turn flour and eggs into what they can make is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think that's what I enjoyed about hotel work, though, because it wasn't a big enough hotel to have specialty chefs, so everybody learned everything. Yeah. And it may be one day you're peeling spuds, the next minute you might be knocking up a batch of creme and glaze for desserts. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about chocolate. Chocolate is life. Sorry.
You ain't kidding. Chocolate is life. How
It is.
dare you?
It is.
Oh, bless. Oh, sorry, I just got binged.
Did you?
Yes, I got binged. Ben, thank you for putting up the Smash advert in the group. They peel them with their metal knives.
Ooh, chocolate covered bacon. Yeah, I'll have that.
Jay used to work in the second best gastro pub in the UK. Wow. Come on, Jay, name drop.
Which one was that?
Yeah, I must admit, I used to love doing homemade pies.
I like doing pies.
I used to do a chicken and tarragon sauce with a suet crust. We did a chicken, bacon and cheese. And because we were up in the northeast at the time, we used to do like corned beef pies.
Oh yeah, I do corned beef pie. I think one of mine is sort of like throw it in pie. I call it a throw it in pie. Basically, what you're making is a stew. And you just raid your fridge. Basically, just raid whatever's in your fridge. So you raid it, throw it all in a pan, cook that up, make your pastry, pour it in. That's your pie. Nice and simple.
Oh, I found Gailey's weakness. Bless her. Apparently, it's called the Highfield.
The Highfield?
The Highfield. I'm intrigued now. I'm just going to Google food at Highfield. Talk amongst yourselves, kiddies.
We are.
I like a good ale pie.
Yeah.
Guinness. Just a couple of cans of beer, meat, leave it for hours on end.
Yeah, I think I don't know about you, but if you make like a stew for your pie, it's always better the day after anyway.
Yeah.
Always better the day after. It's all congealed and loveliness. I'm not a chef.
In a pie. The one I used to love doing was a lamb and mint, and we'd normally do that with a beer gravy, and it worked. It really worked. Had to be a light beer though. It couldn't be a heavy.
Oh no, you got to do a heavy beer.
Yeah.
Oh, a nice stout.
Beef and stout. Yeah. we used to do a beef Guinness and Stilton pie.
Mm.
That was
Lovely.
gorgeous. Yeah, you used to get that with your big pile of mash, and we used to do braised red cabbage with bacon to go with it as a side dish.
I've never been a fan of venison. I've got to
Venison's
admit,
nice.
I always find it's too livery, and I'm not a fan of liver.
It can be a bit gamey, but I mean, you stick it with a red wine reduction or some masala or something, and it goes well.
I've just
Fur
never...
pies used to be good in the 70s. Bill, behave. So if you were doing a dessert, Timmy, what was the one that you used to enjoy doing the most?
None of them. I quite like a baked cheesecake.
Oh,
Proper
nice.
in the oven. Not
New
this
York
cheating,
style.
just let it set rubbish. Proper cheesecake.
I used to
I love a
doing
cheesecake.
poached pears.
Pears.
Poached pears.
Pears?
Dead simple. Very easy to get wrong. Yeah.
I'm
Get the
definitely a cheesecake fan. I'm going to say, if I'm going to choose between BFG and I'm sorry, I'm Timmeh all the way.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, sorry. You can keep your pears.
Oh,
No, cheesecake. So
that sounds superb. Bitter chocolate and chili sauce with venison. That'd work. I mean, I used to love doing parking.
oh,
You do
really,
park-
that just sounds a bit iffy. Parking. I do parking. What the heck's parking?
It's a ginger cake. It's the Yorkshire speciality, son.
Parking. All right. I thought that's
Nice.
what you did with your car.
No, it's
I was
ginger
about to
cake.
ask, was it parallel?
Parking. I've never heard of that one. So what's parking then?
Best way of describing it is like a sticky ginger loaf.
All right.
But you can do it with, instead of just flour, you put oats in.
Mm.
And you end up with quite a rich, unctuous, sticky loaf if you do it right. But served out with a couple of scoops of proper vanilla ice cream. Yeah.
Well, Gaily Bops, I have never tried your parking at Expo. There you go. Learn something new every day.
I love parking. Oh, I really do. And I'll tell you what is nice, haggis if it's done properly.
Oh, haggis, yeah.
I like haggis.
I do love a haggis.
I like that white haggis as well. I don't know what the difference is, but it's white.
I'm not sure.
Gaily Bops will probably be able to tell you better than I can. But it's called white haggis. Friends who used to live next door to us, they were from Scotland, and they used to obviously do the yearly trip, white pudding. And that's when I first tried it, and it was absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, here we go. So it's actually a separate thing, but the white pudding. Let's have a looky poo. Info. Also known as. Apparently, white pudding is predominantly a breakfast. Also known as mealy pudding. But I tell you what, you can't beat lawn sausage. You know the square Scottish sausage.
Ah, there you go. Gail says no blood in it. It's just
Pork,
pork,
liver,
liver,
oats, and
oats, and breadcrumbs.
Oh yes, please.
Talking about blood, I like Scotties.
Scotties.
Yeah, the basically it's a pork sausage with black pudding in it.
Yeah. Oh, square sausage for breakfast.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gotta be. That potato cakes, black pudding, bacon, eggs, beans. Oh. See, even Jay likes square
Yeah.
sausage. It must be good if it's chef approved.
Yeah. Well, when you think about it, they're perfect for putting in a sarnie.
Oh, they are. But there's some
perfect.
a really good square sausage though. It's so spicy and mama. Not sure if I feel good if it's square, Jay. Dear Lord, Bill, what have you been on, sir? It wasn't blue, was it? Little frisky. I gave them square sausage, homemade tatty scones. Chris had 4.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, homemade tatty scones. Oh, the other one I love is Ulster fry.
Mm.
You've got the soda bread and the
I
white
love
pudding
soda
and all the rest of
bread.
it.
I think soda bread is so. There's just something about it.
It's just super. It's so simple though.
Mm.
You know, if you're not eating it warm out the oven, you've bought
But
it.
I've seen like in places like Holland and that they do their soda bread. The yeasty bit, or it's they make it, but the original they take a bit off it.
That's sourdough, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
yeah. Soda bread's baking powder and yogurt or
Oh yeah.
buttermilk. But the sourdough's gorgeous as well.
I found that
Sourdough's best.
interesting that there was a place in Holland and there was using the original culture that went back not just a couple of years, it was sort of like decades of this original, what was the original, and obviously they take a bit off it to make the next batch and carried it on.
Jay, I love you. I am prepared to have your children. You'll just have to shut your eyes and imagine. Black pudding stuffed chicken wrapped in smoked streaky bacon and breadcrumbed. Darren says, bad BFG, you don't put soda bread in an oven, you use a griddle for that. I haven't got a griddle, mate. Ulster fry for the win. Sausage, bacon, egg, fried. Sausage and bacon, egg, fried soda bread, potato bread, fried pancake, and brown sauce. Oh, I love the way everybody's got different Ulster fry as well. It's definitely carb heavy, but it's so worth it.
It's always ironic though, isn't it? So like the best foods is the worst for you.
Oh, too right. I've finished dinner with the family: turnip, roast potatoes, bacon, turkey, stuffing, and gravy. Oh,
Very nice.
Oh, yes. But I think, I mean, tell me what you think, Timmy. We are so lucky in the UK because there is so many regional variations and foods that, unfortunately, I think we are going to lose if we're not careful.
Yeah.
Because of the microwave jockeys. You know, Staffordshire oatcakes.
Hi, Tweak.
Sorry. Oh, Tweak. Hello, mate. You used to be able to get them everywhere. Yeah, now you can get the rubbery ones in the supermarket, but there's not many places still making the proper oatcake. Apparently, we're all buggers. Now she's going to have to go to the shops to get stuff to make a fry up for tea. Our work here is done. I mean, what do you think, Timmy?
I think in this country, the arse of chefs dying. It's everybody wants it quick. Everyone wants it cheap.
Do any of you guys watch that? So like the American diners, drive-ins, and things like that.
Oh yeah,
I find them fascinating because I mean, all right, I know it's in America and everything's massive in there and all that lot, but they do like playing around with food, which I find interesting. You know, they make something like a sandwich. I'm going to make a sandwich, but no, they don't make just a sandwich. It's this monster. Do you think we could do with more, places to eat like that in this country?
Yeah, I honestly think we should be seeing more places that celebrate regional food.
Mm.
Forget the Americanization, because that's what's killing our food off.
Yeah, I wasn't meaning so like your McDonald's and all that. Like, what I was meaning is so like you watch so like things like that's it, diners, drives, and dive-ins or whatever they're called, and then you've got
Diners,
that man,
dinings and drives.
yeah,
Guy Fieri.
yeah, and things like that. It's all right, yeah, it is Americanized. I'm not disagreeing, but when you actually break down what they're actually making, it's quite interesting.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but when you look at it, a lot of those big club sandwiches are based on po' boys, which are Louisiana food. Yeah. I think it's, if you look at it, we've got our, I love to see, I don't know if Timmy saw this. Did you see the Yorkshire pudding wraps that they started doing in York?
Yeah.
And it's literally like a roast dinner, but it's wrapped in a flattened Yorkshire pudding.
All right.
And I think that's brilliant, because that's traditional food, but just served something slightly different. Yeah.
I mean,
Because
I love
people
seeing
don't
how
want all the fancy stuff now. We should be pushing more regional, more food cart style, quick, tasty, shows off your region.
Staffordshire oatcake. That's a classic example. It used to be cooked on the griddle, yeah? And then you could have it with bacon and cheese. Cooked on the griddle, along with it, cheese melted in, wrap it up, take it away. And it's what the lads used to take down the potteries. Yeah.
See, I've never understood when it comes to cooking, especially when you see on television. I can never understand this. There's a potato, there's something there and a drizzle like that, and that's your dinner. I just don't understand that. Cart, whatever it's called. That's not right proper food, that, to me.
It's theatrics. It's
I mean, it's
an
like what
event
Gail,
rather than just going to,
yeah, it's like what Gail Bob's puts. You can't beat your mum's cooking. Your traditional.
My nan's meat and potato pie, nobody will ever beat that. But I think everybody says that about, there's always somebody in the family that is such an amazing cook, Jay says, I confused my old head chef when I put panhaggerty in on the menu as a side. Panhaggerty's gorgeous.
What's panhaggerty?
It's literally leftovers in a pan.
Oh.
But it's like the Northumbria sort of version of bubble and squeak. But you can put all sorts in panhaggy. Every family's got a different recipe for it.
What the heck's
Bill mentioned
gur cake?
Gur cake.
Gur cake.
Heard of it.
Irish. What is gur cake? I'm intrigued now.
Yeah, what the heck is gur cake?
I can't believe it's 3:20 and we're still talking food.
Gur cake. Sounds
Gur cake.
Go on then.
It is a thing. A pastry confection traditionally associated with Dublin, known as Chester cake in other areas, and gudge or donkey's gudge in Cork. It's termed fly's graveyard in parts of the UK, and it's a thick layer of mincemeat filling between two thin layers of pastry.
All right. Yeah, well, we have them in this here, don't we?
I mean, well, bugger me. You learn something new every day. It looks fantastic.
Well, it's like a mince pie, but instead of it's like a sandwich, isn't it? Yeah, we have them here.
In Dublin, it's regarded as symbolic of working class areas.
Bunny says, you can keep that. Oh, no, I like it. Because the actual crust, if I remember right, is it's almost like, blooming it.
Like a shortcake.
Yeah, shortcake. Yeah.
No, when I said mincemeat, Stuart, I didn't mean that. I meant the sort of Christmas mincemeat. So sultanas, currants, etc.
Just confusing that one, isn't it? Mincemeat.
Wonderful pantsuit said, "My mom's an objectively bad cook, but I still love her food. It's memories."
That's
I
it.
think that's the thing. My mum used to do it was a one-pan wonder. It was leftover chicken, mushrooms, a healthy dose of Worcester sauce, and an OXO cube. And then she used to cook rice in it, almost like a paella.
Mm.
And that was just to die for.
The other dog.
Aww.
She's Lottie.
She's a cutie. Say
And she knows it.
Aww, bless her.
Oh,
Oh, you're cute.
I do love a staffy.
Yeah, I love staffies.
Oh,
Hello.
Daddy, love me. Blimey. Oh, sorry. Oh,
Oh, God.
You all right there?
yeah, I've got blackcurrant Nick salt in it, and it's just hit the wrong way.
Oh, dear. Oh, that dog is so cute.
Yeah, we're getting desperate for content, so we got Timmeh to call the dog in. What he didn't see was he had a piece of bacon in his hands.
Yeah.
I've got to mention it, Timmeh. You've got to show people your pipe.
Oh, yeah. I'll work out where these bloody camera is. That's my pipe.
Look at that.
That
What
is
tank's
an
on
awesome
it?
bit of kit.
Ultrona Gather.
All right. What's the...
Tried a few tanks, I couldn't get them to work.
Hmm.
So I used the RDTA instead.
Nice one. What's the flavour like with obviously the really long pipe piece, the
So
mouthpiece?
it's not too bad. It doesn't lose much at all.
Really?
Which is surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, is it high nick in there or what?
No, I've just got some of that. I can't remember where we got it from. Apple crumble.
Oh, yeah.
The one you had on here once.
Oh, Nova
They come in
Vapes.
like a. That's
Yeah.
the one. No,
Yeah.
vape, apple crumble.
Oh,
That's
nice
lovely.
one. It's ace, that pipe.
Gailey says, "All right, Gandalf, calm your jets."
Yeah, I went for the biggest tip you could find on that one. Remember one.
It looks ace, though.
The thing is, I actually went and had a look at how much those bad boys are. You're not going
Yeah.
to get much change out of 200 notes for it. It's a gorgeous bit of kit, though.
Hmm?
Absolutely stunning. A gentleman's vape.
Oh, you're not
Jeez.
kidding. Just that gun. Yeah.
Bless. No, so Jay's just put a lovely one in. I always say that food can make you feel every emotion, from a mental orgasm to a full-on rage. That's the beauty of being a chef. You ain't kidding.
Food's
What do you reckon,
everything,
Tim?
isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it.
I'll tell you what. You have a good service. There's no feeling like it in the world. You have a shitty one, and it will stay with you for months.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's never good. Vic uses a stacked 18350 as a staff when he cosplays as Gandalf. Irish, no need. You shall not pass. Hiya, Pixie.
Pixie! Hey! Oh, girls!
So why hasn't this turned you into loving mixing your own juices? The chefs, we do.
Fine juice is really difficult because of the tendency for it to taste synthetic.
Mm.
So,
And the thing is, flavour combinations that you know work in food don't always work in juice, do they?
Yeah.
Warm apple pie or watermelon with a hole cut in it will give you more than a mental orgasm. Oh my God. So if you ever see Irish putting a watermelon into the microwave, panic. Oh, banana and cream.
Bananas and cream.
That was another one I used to enjoy making as well. Banoffee pies, but proper, where you used to boil the condensed milk for about 4 or 5 hours to make the toffee.
Jay, I want Tim to dress up as a hillbilly wizard with his pipe and his one-string guitar.
So that changes it from "you shall not pass" to "you sure got a pretty mouth, boy."
Oh, dear God.
Sweet.
Put your mama.
Iris says, "I better run, lads. I think Bunny's getting her boots on." You better pray. I think the best way to appease her, Irish, is to drop off some soda bread, some fowls, and some potato scones. Oh, bless. The boots are always on for you, hun. Oh, it's been feisty chat today, hasn't it?
Isn't it just? Very feisty. This lockdown's obviously causing some issues here, I think.
Buggeration, trouble, and strife. Aye. So, Timmy, you going to be Expo October?
Yeah. Banana out.
Bottle of Captain Morgan's and it'll be grand.
I'm just hoping we're going to have an expo in October. I really do.
It may be iffy, but I think if people can get their heads around the fact they need to not be going off to beaches and stuff, then we might get away with it. We haven't seen the peak yet, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
No, I mean, we had, what was it, 980 deaths the other day, which, yeah, it's getting a bit scary, isn't it?
Yeah, but the stories are filtering about the people that haven't passed. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
like that wonderful story about the 90-year-old. Yeah, I thought that was absolutely superb. I'd love to see more of those sorts of stories and stuff that's just there to scare people. Yeah.
That was just for Bunny. Oh, I tell you one thing, I have seriously missed Expo. I really have. Not for the actual Expo, it's just the meeting the people.
Oh, you
I
ain't
really
kidding.
have.
I really, really, after because the last one was so good, I was so looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the three of us spent 2 days together, and Timmeh and I
Yes, because I had the SoulOhms.
Yes, we did. Well, with Tim's brother as well, Lee, we had such a laugh on Friday, didn't we?
It's good go.
I still say that I'm patient zero.
Don't be saying shit like that.
I'm positive. Yeah, well, you think about it. I wasn't well. All the Chinese were there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you wait. There'll be a knock at the door, and there'll be a geezer in a black suit.
Yeah, I gave it everybody.
I love it. Buddy puts, "Make it lemon sherbet gin Irish just to be safe," and Gailey's, "Did I hear gin?" Hephaestus says, "I would love to be able to come over and meet all you guys. Sadly, I'll probably never be able to afford the trip over the pond to do so." Hephaestus, if you ever do, let us know.
Yeah, definitely
Please.
let us know.
You know, we always love meeting people.
That's the thing that I miss about Expo more than all else. It's the meeting. It's the people. It's more than that, than the actual shiny artist that I do have.
There you go. Gailey says, Hephaestus, get into a Zoom call with us, buddy. I think you need to get your money back on that blood vape juice. Wrong. If things are normalish, I have my local music festival to do Expo weekend. Oh, Bill. Oh, man. No, I mean, I think Expo, it's weird. When I first went to Expo, it was about the kit. Yeah, but that was my first Expo. And I did a couple after that. And the kit sort of lost its shine.
Yeah, it does. After when you've been to a couple of expos, it's sort of like, yeah, you know most of it's going to be juice. There's going to be a few hardware stalls that you think, oh, I've got to have a look at that. But no, it's more the actual meeting of the people for me.
You ain't kidding. I mean, you know, meeting with Gailey and Bunny and all the rest of them, it's awesome. It really is. And it's, I don't know. I mean, Tim, what did you reckon? Because that was your first sort of with us in the.
I'd been to a couple before, just went around like by ourselves. That was the first one really getting to join in and hang out with everyone. And I don't get out, so before the expo, I've got agoraphobia, acute anxiety, medicated off my eyeballs. It was brilliant. Like, the fact I managed to do it 3 days, I was exhausted. I was like sleeping for a week after, but it was amazing.
And this is why we made such a big fuss about it, because knowing what Tim had gone through prior, you know, and I must say, Tim's mum put a message up on the group after the expo. And I'm not ashamed to say it, she actually had me blubbing like a babby.
Yeah, yeah.
It was such a lovely message, you know. And I'm ever so glad that, you know, Timmy joined us, because
it was just a bloody good weekend, though. We
crazy.
just had a giggle all the way through. We never stopped talking. It was just a laugh.
You've got that picture on the wall.
Then we dragged him into the live, and then Gailey joined us and Bo.
Oh yeah, that was.
Can I join in, lads? I'm not saying bloody no.
Took me 6 months to recover and get back on a camera.
Oh, bless. We made him in a bitch's sandwich. He looked very uncomfortable. I know blokes that would kill for a bitch's sandwich.
Yeah, I've got to admit, though, I did miss May. I really genuinely missed it. Just seemed really weird not having it.
Oh, bless. Jason says, yeah, I've been friends with Tim for 17 years now. I've been with him through all of it. I was so, just the second day, and we went, is he coming tomorrow? And his face just sort of went, we'll see how I feel. And there he was next day, you know, and it was brilliant. That big smile of his. And we had such a giggle walking around. We really did. Yeah.
We were the posse, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. The rest of us were wearing the SoulOhm merch. That bugger wasn't. I mean, the funniest bit the last expo for me was when we went to that pod stand.
The video.
Yeah. And Mark hadn't seen the fact he was on the video, so we were like, next bit. Oh, no, that's Adam. Next bit. No, that's Hayden. Mark, you're there. I've even got a picture of him stood underneath pointing up at his video. But, oh, man. No, I mean, you know, you can't buy memories like that, and it was such a giggle. It really was. Hiya, Paul.
He was just asking if we're in Zoom. Yes, we are in Zoom.
Yes, I meant to mention that. I was absolutely over the moon to see Adam's recording again.
Oh, Adam, yeah, it wanted ace to see him back. Bless him.
I was over the moon to see his new missus. I thought that was such a lovely thing.
Was it me or was his back garden long?
I've heard the rumor.
I'm thinking, blimey, that's a long back garden.
Well, I wouldn't want to mow it.
I know. Poor lad. Yeah, it was awesome to actually see him.
Yeah, I mean, he did say he wouldn't be coming back in the vape. It would be more vlogs, but I always love Adam on camera, so
Yeah, I miss
I'll
Adam
be
a
watching
lot.
for one. Bless him. Is that why the volume's better then?
Probably.
I don't know.
I think the
Probably.
picture's a lot better with Zoom.
Yeah. Well, you get what you pay for, don't you? So
I mean, OBS was free, like, so.
Adam's his man crush. I'm wanting to know if there's going to be a vlog from the bog.
Yeah, you never
I think
know.
that should be a thing.
Oh, it was.
He used to do it.
Adam was definitely the first person to ever do a vlog from the bog at Expo.
Yes, definitely Lucifer is back.
Oh, yes. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention, and I've been meaning to mention this for weeks, and I keep on forgetting. If you're in the Liverpool area, you've got, and speak of the devil in he appears. Hiya, Keith. If you're in the Liverpool area, you've got two choices at the minute, because Bo's doing local deliveries, and Steamworks are doing local deliveries. Steamworks will deliver anywhere in Liverpool. So that's from the centre to the outskirts. Yeah. So if you are interested in that, get yourself across to the Steamworks Facebook page, and there's more information on there. You can also find them on Insta. I think while they are not classing vape shops as frontline shops, yeah, we need to be supporting our locals, because if we don't, they're not going to be there when all this goes. Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, TVS is doing online orders.
Yeah, TVS. If you order before 2 p.m, it's same day delivery as well.
Oh, superb. Well, It's Not Smoke are doing deliveries on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Go across to their Facebook page. You can either pay by card or you can pay by bank transfer. And that's whatever stock they've got in the shop. Zan's a sweetheart. Granted, a grumpy sweetheart. Zan is a legend.
Zan is awesome.
There is no other way of putting it. Zan is a legend. Bless him. And he's got very nice nipples.
Yes, he has, hasn't he? He's got very nice nipples.
I broke him.
You're not kidding. Oh, dear.
What juice have I purchased recently? Right, the juice I purchased recently was a lot of Nick Salt from Riot Squad. So that was a cherry fizz, the frozen acai, some salts, watermelon, and salts blackcurrant. I was waiting for that. Gailey says, wait, what? Riot Squad Blue Burst, Boy Elderflower Apple, and what was the last one I got? Oh, Contra. Wheat liquor.
So, Timmeh, what are you vaping on? May as well do this.
Might as well.
May as well.
I'll start from this side. Clutch, QP something.
Oh, is your clutch, or is it just mine that has that little gap on the 510?
No, I don't think there is. Not much. Maybe a tiny little bit.
Yeah.
Pipe, Then I've got Hug,
Ooh.
Death Trap 2.
Nice.
That's it.
And your pipe.
The 3. No, in the pipe.
Don't forget your pipe. Steve?
Just on the Vinci, mate. Literally, because I can't use anything else. I'm not supposed to, and if it sets off the fire alarms, I'm in stuck. What are you on, sir?
I'm on the clutch. I can't put this thing down. I really can't. I've got it on the Zeus X on top of there. I've also got the double barrel V3 with the Dead Goat, and
Nice.
I've got the Oxiver Origin. Little all-in-one kit.
Are you enjoying that?
I'm enjoying it a lot, to be honest with you. It's a really nice vape.
Good stuff. I'm jealous now because I can't use any of my good kit unless I'm out on the balcony. So
This is really nice. I mean, it's very, very simple. It holds an 18650, and obviously you've got your tank on the inside there, just there.
oh, nice.
Very, very simple. The controls, very, very simple. There's no main menu system or anything like that. It's just basic wattage, and it round robins, so you haven't got an up and down button. You've just got a round robin button, which is a bit different.
Brill.
But yeah, very, very simple. But the flavour coming off these coils, gorgeous.
Good stuff.
Juice wise, I'm on my homebrew melon. In there, I've also got Jonesville lemonade in there, and in the Origin, I have got Morning Fire, which is I forget who makes that. Who makes Morning Fire now? Oh, Flawless. Flawless. That's what I'm on. What juice is you on, guys?
Well, I've ran through mine. So, Tim, what are you on?
From Boss Shots, I've got raspberry tea. It's really nice. Some of that yogurt wick liquor.
Oh yeah, how you getting
One
on
of
with
the last
that?
bits of that. I love it. I got some more ordered.
Which one you got?
The raspberry I've got left.
Oh,
I ordered some more raspberry and some of the fruits of the forest one.
Good
That
choice
was
on
really
both.
nice.
I thought the apricot let it down for me because it
Yeah.
wasn't very apricotty. There was apricot there, but I just didn't think it'd give enough punch, to be honest with you.
I haven't got the bottle with me as well, but some blue beaner from Kerno flavours.
Oh yeah.
That's really nice. Tends to be my all day.
Oh, nice.
Tastes exactly like Robina.
Oh, live with that. No, I'm just pleased because I've finally got some of the mods across. So the Venom is now looking for a polish and a strip down and a maintenance. And speaking of maintenance, if you own a clutch and you are new to the world of mechs, make sure you check out Mark's maintenance video for the clutch.
Did you
I
enjoy
thought
that?
that was an absolute cracker.
Yeah, it's a good video.
Oh, thank you. I'm planning on
if
doing
you-
some more like that as well. I think I mentioned it last week. I'm just getting the idea in my head at the present moment, but like a back to basics series. So like learning how to build a simple round wire on like a 3-post, a velocity, then obviously a 4-post, etc., and go on that way. What do you think? Good idea?
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. It's all right.
Let's go back to basics. And there's nothing new unless you're going back years. There's not much out there.
Yeah, it seems to be very, very quiet on that side of it. So I thought,
Well,
Is it-
now's the time to be doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought, because it's sort of like, a simple round wire build and start doing it from there. That's my idea. And I haven't done anything. It's just an idea at the present moment. I just wondered what people thought.
Yeah, that's all. I'm using 20 gauge on the clutch, 22 gauge on the hug. Just simple round wire.
Does anyone use a 3-post anymore? That's true. See, that was the question. So like, that's why I thought I'll go back to basics.
No, I think if you if you're ignoring the 3-post, etc., because it's not the latest kit, you're probably missing out on a bargain in a lot of cases. You know, some of the older stuff, it's just as well, especially on the drippers. Yeah, crazy. And if you've not caught Mark's latest juice review, which was the amazing mango medley, I'm sorry, Mega Mango, wasn't it? Mega Mango
Mega
lemonade.
Mango.
And the other one was the melon lemonade. Well worth a watch, especially for the blooper reel at the end. Somebody had wobble gob.
Honestly, I thought it was one of those impromptu, I'm going to do a juice review. I thought, why not? I've got nothing better to do in the afternoon. I'll do a juice review. And for some reason, my mouth just would not work.
It was brill.
It would not work no matter what I said. And I'm reading it on. Obviously, I've got me camera here, and I've got all the information on my computer screen here, ready to reel it all off, and I couldn't even read. So I thought, I'm just leaving it in.
DE, I don't have a YouTube channel. I'm not a reviewer.
I love it. Kiesels, cough, cough, plugs channel, cough, cough. It's his show. We can do
it's
it
not
as
my
many
show,
times
it's
as
your
we
show.
want.
It's not. Oh, the worst idea I ever had was, the springy one. Oh, boy. It did work, but after a while, the connections, I don't know if it's the same with yours, Bunny. Getting them in was fine, but it was the actual ohms. Because it wasn't clamping down hard enough on the actual coils, on one side, the ohms always kept on flexing out a bit. So if you had it as a single coil, it worked a lot better. But what was the point of having a single coil? Just thought I'd mention that.
I like single coil.
Yeah, but when I think the problem with the Tiger one was it was designed as a dual, and I hate dual because obviously it's in the middle of the deck, and obviously you have your 2 coils on either side. If you just have a single coil and you've still got airflow coming at the back, it just don't work.
Yeah, I bet you say that to all the boys. Plug away, sir. Plug away.
Got to plug as much as I can. While you're at it, give us a thumbs up.
Oh, Irish, no need. He's a bad man. In fact, now we're on Zoom, I can do that.
Hey, you can't you? Don't forget to give it a thumbs up.
Plug away as if it was a pie. You know what I love about Key most? He puts a smile on my face wherever he appears. Bless him. Deviant, but funny.
Oh, definitely.
I'm not sure if that's an okay or another deviancy. Not enough thumbs up today. No, everybody should have a thumb up. It's nice
definitely.
and it doesn't hurt.
Believe it or not, it does actually help. Obviously, the more interaction a show gets, obviously, the more YouTube promotes it. One small aubergine.
Oh, bless. Remember, calm your tits. Yes, thank you, Gailey.
Oh, dear.
Bless. No, I might actually tackle the dusting once I've finished on it. This is scary, this.
God, I've got visions of blooming Queen and I want to break free.
No, because I haven't picked up the vacuum cleaner yet.
Oh, just because have we got any news? Just make some up. I made a hat. Just can't.
Yes, we have some news. We do have news indeed.
News time.
I'm ready.
So, this was posted on the 9th of April by Dave Cross. Alex Cunningham, MP for Stockton North, has been a staunch advocate for vaping and its potential to reduce harm from smoking. He wrote a letter to the Secretary of State, and in it he states that bricks and mortars were an essential part in ensuring that ex-smokers have access to or a fear of the internet needed this without access to or a fear of the internet needed this access to prevent them from returning to smoking. Whilst there are some shops that remain open which sell the liquids for vaping products, these tend to be in smaller amounts and as a result are more expensive. It's still possible to order products online, but not everybody is able to confidently use the internet to make purchases, and there can be long delays throughout the post. I've also heard a lot of stories about stuff actually not arriving, which is a bit of a concern. As long as these shops are following the rules on social distancing and operating strict procedures like other shops, we should ensure that people can still pick the healthier option in life, including e-cigarettes. He highlighted that vape shops have been closed where off licenses remain open. And Ian Hamilton, lecturer in mental health at the Department of Health Services at the University of York, recently said there's only one group that absolutely requires alcohol: alcoholics. For those who are with alcohol dependencies, any abrupt disruption to their intake would be deadly. For the rest of us, it's a luxury. Why then has the government made it essential? Well said. That's a very valid point. And moving on. Oh, okay. There we are. It's all right, Gur Cake. I replaced the story I'd prepared with Gur Cake. So, British American Tobacco said on Thursday that it sued Philip Morris International in the United States and Germany, alleging that the tobacco heating technology used in IQOS devices infringed its patents.
Wow.
The Lucky Strike cigarette maker said it had filed 2 patent infringements in the US against Philip Morris, one through the ITC, the International Trade Commission, and one in a Virginian federal court, seeking remedies for damages caused and an injunction on the importing of the product. The lawsuits in Germany and the United States focus on the heating blade, which BAT said an earlier version of the technology currently being used in Glow tobacco heating devices. BAT laid out plans to launch a Glow range of products in Germany this year. If we win, we may be able to get an ITC exclusion order blocking the importation of IQOS into the US by Philip Morris, unless they agree to take a license to our patents. So Morris's reply was, "We have seen media reports that BAT have filed legal action, but have not had the opportunity to evaluate its allegations. We can say, however, we will vigorously defend ourselves." I found that absolutely crazy.
Interesting, though.
Interesting, very interesting, but just, yeah.
Do you think the IQOS is making any headway?
I don't think it is. I'm just surprised that... how am I supposed to say? Dear God. I should have done a story on Wuhan, shouldn't I? You know, it came out of a lab. Oh,
because I don't know about you guys, but I haven't noticed anything big in this country yet.
No, not really. There was a very interesting story coming out of Holland, which I'm surprised Tom hasn't reported on. According to Martin and his Vossenstein Biochemicals Associates, the patent for the vapor liquid contained an extremely effective substance is currently pending, and a lot of work is being done to double test production capacity over whether there is a chemical in the vape juice. Yeah. That is extremely effective against viruses like corona. The story sounded so convincing that I couldn't let it go. I dove into the matter and found reports on this substance dating back to 1944. and a report from the Stanford University which endorses the effect of the substance on all coronaviruses. The vapor liquid is marketed under the name Vostil. The substance that destroys the virus is not freely available, but is made on our behalf. We submitted our literature data to the pulmonologist with virological interest for evaluation. He summarized the data in the report and concluded that the data is interesting enough to initiate further fundamental and clinical research. So, interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see whether anything actually comes of it.
That's quite interesting, that, though.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is a new strain. But if it's already been proven effective against other forms of corona, it is an interesting one. There you are, Timmeh. You can take the crown off, dear boy.
Bloody hot, I tell ya.
Cooking your head.
It's a bit warm.
Now you know how a chicken feels.
Oh, bless. Oh, Jackie, bye. See you later.
Bye, Jackie.
Ooh.
Well, we're getting up to that time, kidders.
Already?
Yeah, already.
Timmeh, thank you so much. That has gone so quickly.
That wasn't as bad as I thought.
I told you, mate. It gets to the point where you're just chatting and it just feels like you're in the room. Yeah.
It's
That's
PG.
interesting. Gab says it's PG, nothing proven yet. They're not actually saying it's the PG, Gav. They're actually saying it's part of the chemical makeup of this Vostesil. But what they don't give is the actual name of the component, which I find interesting. However, you know, there is fake news flying around, but it's worth keeping an eye on just in case.
It's worth making a note, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the PG has been used as a virological. There you are. Bunny says, so Timmeh, you survived your first proper live show. Will we see you again?
Maybe in another 6 months.
I don't care, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure. It really has. Yeah.
Labworks, no, I didn't know, Paul.
It's always fun meeting up and chatting with you, mate.
Oh, definitely. I'm just so chuffed you come on. I really am.
So am I. And say sorry to your mum because she did sneak peek behind you.
Yeah, I kicked her my phone upstairs.
You rotten sot. Oh, now you're in trouble, mate. Bunny, we need to break his bitch's virginity.
That's going to be next.
You'll be coming out, mate. Shirt undone, chest hair sprouted. In fact, I've suddenly got that scene from Wayne's World 2. You know, where he sleeps with the waitress. He goes, "Oh, Cary Grant." Oh, bless you.
What, with cravat?
Yeah.
He's got to have a cravat.
So, my dear. Gailey says, now you're talking. Timmeh, what have you done, son? Invites from lovely ladies, no less. At this rate, we'll have you on the One Show next. No. You like the old days, Tim? Oh, I promise not to hint at our old ploys. No. Mum's watching. Oh, bless you.
Brilliant.
Chat, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to see you. You've been on form this afternoon. You so have. Jay, thank you for coming in, mate. Really, really enjoyed you being here.
Been awesome.
Absolutely fantastic. Paul, thank you for joining us. Ben, Stuart, all the regulars, Irish, Key, you just make my Sundays. You really do. Right, I'm going to hand you over to Timmeh. And Bunny says, don't be scared, Timmeh. We will be gentle-ish. I say.
I don't know what to say, really. Thanks to everyone. Thanks for letting me join in. I don't normally do videos or go out. So it's quite a big thing. I've enjoyed it. It's been good fun.
Good. Anything, mate. You know that. Anytime.
Anytime, mate. Anytime. It's been awesome. Do you want to wrap up?
I think we ought to, mate.
Right, Timmeh, thank you so much. We've been wanting you to come on the show for you since Expo, so I am so chuffed that you came on. So big thank you. Big thank you to Steve and learning about being a chef. Now, I still don't want to do it. I don't like fish either. Just thought I'd mention it, just in case you didn't.
We noticed.
Guys in chat, thank you so much. Don't forget to give the thumbs up to the show. It really genuinely does help. So if you could give us a thumbs up, that really would appreciate it. Guys in chat, Spanners, thank you so much for looking after chat as well. And yeah, that's it for this Sunday. Happy Easter to everyone. People
Indeed.
on the replay, hello and happy Easter to you. Don't forget, on Thursday at 7 p.m, we'll be doing the home service. We have a special guest. We've got Flat Cat Vapor coming on, so I'm looking forward to that. Plus, Chris is doing his quiz. Gonna be interesting. I can't wait for it. So, from Timmeh, myself, and Steve,
Stay safe.
bye!
Just before we go, a couple of comments. You did great, Timmeh. You should be mighty proud of yourself. It's been great seeing Timmeh on the show. And Irish being nice. Timmeh, you did fantastic, mate. And you know I don't compliment anyone. Coming from Irish,
Thanks.
that's big.
Thank you.
That is big. Nice.
Awesome.
Right,
Right.
stay safe. Kieran, we will chat about that later on.
Definitely.
That's an interesting one.
We're going to
Right.
wave, everyone.
See you later,
Timmeh,
guys.
wave.
Bye.
Bye. Do, do, do,
It's the hashtag.
Yeah, this is a hashtag.
Jumper's black one. Dirty burger.